Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So back in December, I sold my flat and I moved into a new build home, and what a journey it has been. I wanted to give you all a bit of a house tour. I'm going to start with the downstairs first. I think anyone who's moved into a new build property knows that the process of getting your house kind of ready and finished, it just never ends, because you've moved into a white box, you've moved into a completely blank space, and there's so many things I want to do, but time, budget, like it's just not possible to do everything at once. But I'm going to share with you what it currently looks like in the downstairs, and then I'll show you the upstairs separately. Just because some people might ask, I live here on my own. I bought my house on my own. So these design choices is completely down to me. A lot of the furniture is furniture that I had left over in the flat. It will be upgraded at some point, you know, budget permitting. But there's just been some things that I wanted to get done straight away, which I'll talk through in the tour, but enjoy the video. So this is the view from the front door. I've got the front door behind me. This is the hallway that you walk into when you come in. I have a runner across the bottom here, which just helps protect the carpet a little bit. I quite like the pattern. And then we have a console table over this side, which has my keys and a little leaf bowl, as well as just a little mirror propped up just to, you know, check you're looking good before you leave the house. On the right-hand side is the door to the downstairs loo. But if we walk along here, the first room you'll see on the left is the kitchen. One of the things that sold me about this house was actually the light in this room. So the kitchen is at the front of the house, and this part gets sunshine all day. So originally there was no shelves here, that was just a gap. And I just felt like the space was really crying out for shelves, which is why I put the shelves in. Up on them, I've just got a couple of fake plants. I would admit they're fake, as well as my love of different types of crockery, specifically food crockery. So I've got a big salad bowl there, which is lettuce leaf. I've got some salt and pepper shakers, which are little lemons, as well as a lemon jug. And then I've got some cabbage bowls in both pink and green. And I just think it all ties in together and looks really nice. Round the other side of the kitchen is my very sorry looking orchid, as well as the bin situation, which is my recycling bin and my main bin. And again, I have another little console table in here. My plan is to get some prints to sit above. I would actually really like to get some like cocktail style prints, I think, just to add a bit of color into this room. Now, this space, I did toy with putting it in maybe a very small little table. However, I just didn't think I'd use it in here. I didn't really think that it would make much sense, only because I could just imagine that the table would be a little bit of a dumping ground. I didn't think I'd actually like eat my breakfast or my dinner in here, which is why I haven't gone for a table. I've just gone for 2 bins and a console table. To add a little bit of privacy to the kitchen and also to shield out all the sunlight, when I got the shutters put in, I actually decided to go for these 50/50 ones, which means I can shut the bottom half but keep the top half open. This just helps, as I say, with a bit of privacy. Although it's a pretty private road, you don't get a lot of people walking past. It still just helps to provide, you know, a little bit of extra level of privacy. And as I say, just shield out the very bright sunlight. One of the things about this kitchen is that everything is integrated. So my fridge, freezer are there. Obviously I've got my oven, and then we have a dishwasher there, followed by a washing machine there. And I quite like the fact that everything is away and everything's nice and tidy. Obviously on the side there, I've got my big air fryer, which I absolutely love. Couldn't live without. But yeah, one of the things that I really loved was that obviously everything's brand new. It's not completely to my style. I don't mind the dark wood top, but I think I would have preferred more of a classic shaker style kitchen door rather than these shiny ones. And then maybe more of a lighter worktop, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I didn't get an opportunity to pick anything in the house. So I'm just glad that it's pretty neutral and not too offensive. Next up, just the downstairs loo. Really not a lot to show in here. I haven't done anything to this room. As you can see, it's incredibly bare still. I do have plans. It's actually quite a big space. I've got a bath mat down there. Got some pictures that need to be hung up. And then obviously I've got my little sink. don't have a mirror yet, but the plan is to probably get this done within a couple of years. I'm not in a huge rush yet. There's other rooms I want to do first. So as you come out of the kitchen, on the right hand side are the stairs to go up, and obviously here is the living room and dining room. I really love the fact that this space is quite big at the back of the house. I also like the fact that I could kind of section it off. So on the left hand side here we have the living space. This setup isn't exactly how I want it. This is very similar to how it was in my flat, if any of you have been here since then. But I did add the sideboard and I did add the TV stand as well, just to add in some extra storage into this space. I do have plans. It's probably not going to shock many people. I'd love a media wall here. But again, that'll happen at some point. I'm not in a huge rush and it works really well for now. My couch is the same from my flat. And again, I'm just not sure the blue works anymore for me. I would like to change it to a different color. And obviously probably get more of an L-shaped couch in here at some point. But it is incredibly comfy. I will say that. This is just the view from the other side. I have tried to add some more neutral tones in. So I changed out the blue and pink rug for more of a neutral color. I've obviously got some neutral cushions on the couch and a little throw there as well. And then I've got a new cushion on my chair, which I really love. But yeah, I would like to lighten this room up a little bit because this is more north facing. I don't get as much sunlight in here naturally. So I'm trying to bring out some more lightness with the interiors. Again, like in the kitchen with the shutters, I went for the 50-50 because as you can see, I've got properties behind me, which is really normal in a new build. And I am planning on getting some trees planted so that I can provide a bit more privacy going forward over the years. But then if we pan around to the right hand side, here is my little dining area. This table and chairs did come from the flat. Do I want to keep them? No, I don't. I'd really love to get a round table in here. But as I say, I'm only about 8 months into this house. There's so many things I'd love to do, but the reality is I can't do them all at once. As much as I would love to, I have to keep reminding myself that there were other priorities to do first, and a new table and chairs might happen before Christmas, but we'll see. This is the view from the other side. I have to say, I really love this space. I am planning on getting some artwork there above the side table. I've obviously got some pictures on the side table, some family photos and stuff, but I'd really love to get some artwork up on the walls because I think that's the one thing missing. My flat had a lot of artwork up on the walls, and this house, I've got nothing up yet. But I do love the bookcases. As I say, I do want to get a media unit, which will hopefully house most of these bookcases, or the stuff on them anyway. And I just think an L-shaped sofa is going to really help with the space and make it more, I don't know, more kind of cohesive and more separated too. I have to show you these 3 games because I absolutely love them. So these are obviously designed to look like books, but they're actually games within the books. So they're just like empty boxes that open up to the actual game. I first saw these on TikTok from an American creator, and she linked to them, and I couldn't get them in the UK without paying a humongous fee to ship them. And then literally about a week later, I was in TK Maxx and found them, and they were about £25 each, I want to say. Whereas I think they were over 100 if I tried to get them through Amazon. So yeah, absolutely love these. And then here is another Monopoly. This one is from Mulberry. So they did this a couple of years ago and tried to get it, and it sold out really quickly. But then they got back in touch with me the following year to say that it was back and I could get it. And I have never played it, and I'm not sure I ever will, but it's just such like I don't know, such a good keepsake for me because I absolutely love Mulberry and I love Monopoly too.